call the meeting to order on Monday, August 15th, 2022. Can you please join me for the pledge?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Unmute, Carrie.
Shoot. Thank you. I did hit record though.
Yep, got that.
It was a perfect recitation.
Yeah, we
for
did
the
a
record.
great version we didn't get to hear.
Okay, so first up, we're gonna have a public hearing on the bylaws. We have them here, they're ready to sign. If anybody wants to make that motion, there's a little verbiage in your packet, you could read that, please.
So today you guys are just doing the public hearing, but you can't actually adopt them until the hearing
30
after
days,
the public.
right?
Well, it's the hearing after the public hearing, and then they're effective 21 days after that. So your meeting of September 7th is when you can officially adopt them, and then they'll be effective the 27th. Today we're just here to hear all the comments. That
And
were
you said
came.
the 27th?
They'll be effective the 27th, yep.
Okay, thank you.
Right, oh, so nothing, just
So,
open the
so no
hearing.
motion then, just open up the
motion-
hearing?
Correct.
So we need a motion to open up the bylaw here.
Yep, I'll make a motion, we open up
I'll second.
the hearing to the bylaws.
Okay, Jack seconded.
Seconded before.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye. Just point of order, and since there's three of us here, I assume Jonathan needs to vote. Is that how that works?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. thank
And
you.
so
Aye.
we can approve it on the 7th?
So
I have the
today,
timeline
if
wrong.
there was comments, that's when we would hear it.
Yep.
And then at the next meeting, you guys can adopt them, and then it'll be effective 21 days after that, which will be the 27th. So just put it on your agenda for the next meeting, assuming that there's no comments tonight.
I guess my question was, I thought you said 30 days, so 30 days.
21 days.
21 days from this meeting.
21 days from the next meeting.
All right, so but the buffer between now and our next meeting, does that have to be 30 days or?
No.
Okay.
It's just the
Just the next
meeting
meeting.
after.
Just the next meeting.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
with that being said, anybody have any comments on the bylaw changes? Perfect.
Casey Toops here, I don't know if he has any.
Casey, do you have any comments on the proposed unified development bylaws?
Hi. Thanks for taking a look at them. We've spent a lot of time with planning commission. I don't really have anything to say about them, but we have spent a significant amount of time going over those. So we appreciate time you're giving us tonight to look over those.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
With that being said, do we just close the hearing now with no more comments?
Yes, we can, if there are no comments.
Okay, anybody
additional
want to make
comments?
a motion to close the bylaw hearing?
I'll make that motion.
Second that?
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, off to the warrants. So I have the general fund warrants dated August 12th, 2022, in the amount of $189,803.54. Some big items on there is the AmCare contract payment. There's some stormwater stuff that we reimburse using the stormwater funds, that would be $70,000. That's pretty much the big expenses on there. Anybody want to make a motion to approve that general fund warrant?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Brian, you have payroll
Yes, I do.
and infrastructure development.
All right, payroll warrants, we've got two. One is dated August 5th, 2022, in the amount of $27,119.43. The next one is August 12th, 2022. This one is in the amount of $38,506.96. The larger one, again, is the one with the agency checks that go out approximately once a month. And make a motion that we approve these two payroll warrants as presented.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
should be a number of other
There we
kinds
go,
of warrants.
sorry.
Yeah, industrial.
Drag our feet here, pass that along to you. So we've got several other warrants in here to look through. First one is the stormwater utility warrant, dated August 15th this year. $2,839.42. Some of it to the O'Rourke Media, but most of it to Aldrich and Elliott. Big race for the treatment this time. Gonna make a motion that we accept this stormwater utility warrant as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye. Next one is the Stone House warrant, in the amount of $5,300. 4 different payees: Aaron Alvey, Roy Hartson, Shane Murley Band, and Dirty Looks Band. All 4 of these are bands, correct?
Mhm.
Right. So gotta make a motion, and this is for playing at the,
Different events.
we have different events
The
now.
lower amounts are for usually this farmer's market, that other one was for Saturday.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we accept this payroll warrant. This, I keep saying that.
Stone House.
Trying to work myself out of the job here.
Stonehouse warrant.
The Stonehouse warrant, my apologies.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The next one is the industrial park warrant, the amount of $658.63, also August 15th this year. Again, for things like the sewage pump, the sign lights, and the road lights that we normally see on these warrants. I'll make a motion that we accept this industrial park warrant as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Jack, you get an aye in there?
Yeah. You didn't hear it?
Real light.
No, you see here, Jonathan, so. And last one here, I believe, is the infrastructure development warrant. This one is in the amount of $162,067.30, also dated August 15th. The vast majority of it to DPW, which is approximately $158,000 of that. Some others are Luciano and such, again, all for the new town hall. Make a motion that we accept the infrastructure development warrant as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I believe that's it. The last I've got here.
I
Okay.
think that's it.
You have the minutes in front of you of August 1st, 2022. Anybody wants to make a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make that motion.
Jack?
Second that.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public comment. Anybody in the audience? Public comment or anybody on Zoom? Okay, hearing none. We're gonna move on with Jeremiah Lacrosse with Ace Properties. I see Boone's here. Come on up. Exit Jeremiah. I think that's his 13.
You're fine. Just didn't want.
Sure.
Put on.
That's bad.
So, last time you were here, we requested a letter from the local transportation authority, which is G Green Mountain Transit, I believe.
Yep,
That was-
GMTA.
That was in our packets. So I believe the board decided if you bring that to us, then we will waive the transportation portion, which was $217.89, I believe, something like that. Does anybody have any comments or questions? Are you good with that, Karen?
Yeah, I'm good with
Okay, so I guess the only,
I just want to note, I mean, we have in possession a letter from Green Mountain Transit, right, signed by John Moore, that substantiates what you mentioned last time, so.
Yeah.
we should be all good, so the only two impact fees is recreation and transport, or recreation and library, correct?
So,
So we already, we made a motion last time on that, right? Just
I don't think we had a
Or we
motion.
didn't.
You had started one,
and
started a
it-
couple,
yeah, it
but
went away, right?
yeah, be clear.
They were never voted on.
They weren't voted on,
Okay.
so we need to do one this evening.
Okay, so does anybody wanna make a motion to approve the request from Ace Properties to waive impact fees and to only include the recreation and library for the housing proposed at the former Holiday Inn?
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Yeah, second that.
Okay. Any further discussion? Hearing none? Signify by saying aye if you approve it.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carried. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no
Yep,
worries.
I'll send a.
When will that be up and running, you think?
Probably, I hate to say earlier than March, but realistically, probably around March.
Spring.
Yeah,
Okay.
February, March.
We're set to close sometime in September.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
5 or 6 months over.
Yeah.
Assuming no delays
Yeah.
on closing.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we'll send a letter to that effect, so you have that.
Okay.
Thank you so much for all
Thank
your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Good night. Okay. Next up is the town manager's report.
So soon.
We're gonna get through this one pretty quick today.
The first item is the town hall budget, or town hall update, including the budget. I'll let Daniel speak momentarily, but we did actually submit our amended wastewater permit last week. Anticipating, hoping to get that back this week, and once that is received, we will push forward on scheduling the boring work. We met today with Dave Chevalier to talk about what sections of the job he would do in the outside, and then what sections what filtration programs he'd put in place in the building. So it's moving forward as fast as we can. And we're gonna do before we finalize the well going to the new town hall, Chevalier's is gonna do a pressure test to see what the actual real pressure or the gallons per minute is at right now, in other words, because it's a 20-year-old well. Yep, so that's good, it's good news, it is moving forward, maybe not as fast as the rest of us would like, but, we're having a status conference update on the 24th of August with DEW. And now Natty's gonna go over the budget, because we are getting to the end, this is when it gets interesting.
Oh, kind of, yeah. Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. As you are no doubt aware, the radius work that was taking place at the town hall is complete, and the associated stonework. All punch list items are actually complete except for replacing the leaves on the sliding glass door, which has been problematic, but they are due to ship September 1st. So the current pay application that you just approved reflects 99% completion, and actually all that amount that you're seeing in front of you is retainage release. So the balance to finish is $83,784, of which $34,200 is retainage that's still being held for various lines that are not complete yet. The owner's contingency is sitting at $60,710. So depending on how the well costs come back, we're looking pretty good to finish on budget. And yeah, I mean, that's at this stage of the project, there's not a lot to report as far as physical construction updates go. But like Carrie said, we did meet with Chevalier and DEW today and establish those next steps for the water line work, which will, once those dates are established, then we can get all of the move-related items rescheduled and on the books for a move as soon as possible. So that would be the vault storage, the actual movers themselves, and that's about it. So we'll do one last punch list walk for any water-related equipment, and then we'll get our certificate of occupancy. Let's see, so just some last detail, the contingency cost items that were incurred this month were lawyers' fees associated with the easement and well work, engineering fees, that's San Ruggiano, a couple pieces of additional furniture, and the storage for the vault file system that we've had to keep in storage since we aren't able to move yet. And that's about the extent of my update right now, unless anyone has any other questions.
I was gonna, oh, go ahead, John.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, so as I'm looking at it again, I'm hearing those numbers at the end with the owner contingency. Is it safe to say we should come in at or under budget? I mean, at this point, it's 99% complete, so only 1% left. Hopefully that doesn't throw us too much of a curveball here, right?
Yeah, so that 99% complete is costs that are through DEW. So some of those costs associated with the well connection are going to be under DEW, but some of them are going to be a direct expense for the town. So that wouldn't be factored into that 99% completion. That's just for DEW's work.
So, Carrie, does that, so as a whole, are we gonna be done this under budget?
We're hoping to, that's why we're gonna take the water, costs out of our contingency. You don't usually, you hope sometimes to end with money left. I don't think we're gonna end up with a lot left, but we are gonna end up hopefully within budget, yes.
The way I'm reading it, we basically have 60,000 contingency
Correct.
right now. Basically.
Which given the last year and a half of COVID is
Yeah.
a feat, but
Yeah.
it should be somewhat comforting to people, even though this has delayed a little bit for a number of different reasons. We're not over budget this time.
This was voted on in March of 2020, correct?
Yes, and you should have the
Well, I just-
phased
I just-
budgets in your,
Yeah, just as you're
Packet,
putting it,
yeah.
the fact that it was voted
Yeah.
on in March of 2020, people's decisions were made before COVID.
right, and we estimated costs at that time.
Yeah, I mean, with COVID and then all the building cost increases, especially last year, the fact that we may actually get this done within budget.
And we had two curveballs. We had the foundation issue. We had to add some lightweight fill and get that engineered. That took time and money. And now this water issue was a bit of a curveball as well.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Any other questions?
Yeah, well, I was gonna ask Gary, is it only, I mean, the only item I see that's way under is, I mean, as a total percent of the whole thing, it's minuscule, but signage allowance, looks like we've only spent about $1,100 or $1,200 compared to.
Yeah, the
1,000
reason,
for the
well,
budget.
and that, I'm glad you actually looked at the budget. We had planned for an exterior sign. We have not ordered that yet. We're thinking we could maybe budget for that if we actually run out of money, if there's any left.
What's wrong with the one out front?
You paint it,
We got people that paint,
No, it doesn't need painting. It's just not.
it's iconic.
It's ugly.
There's a difference of
There.
opinion. There's a difference of opinion.
Well, when things are tight, you gotta make
Not even sure
do.
the museum would accept it, Jack.
Well,
Gotta make do.
we do need a two-sided sign, so.
And that has two sides.
One side doesn't have any writing on it.
Well, you
You're-
can, you got a magic marker?
We could Sharpie it, we could.
Yeah.
That would be really special.
But
Oh.
that's the only thing, though, that's not been
Correct,
done
because
to
we
the
didn't
building.
order it. I mean, the sign, I think, was 10 to 15,000 maybe.
What?
Yeah, kind of on
With
the
the-
lower
It's
side,
with the
believe it or not.
concrete,
That's
with the
quite a
brickwork.
sign.
That's construction, that's not the actual, I mean, it's everything. It's getting the foundation in, perhaps support work. the sign.
Electrical connection, yeah.
Oh yeah, having it illuminated at night. but we haven't ordered it yet,
Good,
so you can debate that at length at another meeting.
okay, good.
Perfect.
I mean, it has, we are required to put our address on there somewhere. The St. Albans Town, or the town of St. Albans is all over the front storefront entrance. We just have to put some numbers on the building if it's gonna take a while to get the sign up.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Yep.
Perfect,
I
thank
guess
you.
we're good then, Natty.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
So, one of the other things on our agenda was that, we were hiring an interim director of operations. Corey did leave in May, and, given that there's a lot going on right now, I thought it would be best to have a backup. So Al Vogel has agreed to serve. Al is here, you could just come forward briefly, that would be awesome. So Al, I didn't give you his entire resume, but has a good deal of municipal experience, having worked in the town of Colchester for some time. So when I'm not here, and on some special project, Al has agreed to work for us on a part-time basis.
Welcome.
Thank you. Look forward to working with you. Hoping Carrie.
Me too.
And that's all I have under my town manager.
What's the deal on the water at the other part? Weren't we working on a well there or something?
We are working on water, potable water for the Bay Park. We had water there, but it wasn't potable. So we are, we've been working with Chevalier's, but it's been quite a project to get the new well dug.
So we're like bringing water there, right, filling the well, or?
We have filled the tank a few times, because when it's been really, really dry with the previous well, we would run out occasionally. When there's large events, yes, the fire department has brought water over there. The new well had to be fracked. It required quite a bit of work, and now getting the state to approve water well.
So has that been tested over there?
I'm not sure. It was in the process. We certainly had asked. Chevalier's has been very, very busy, but we're gonna follow up with him. I did talk to John about that today. It's and we had to get it engineered. We had to, and San Reggiano was helping with that project too. They require a few more steps to go through when it's a public park, and if they do require that you have
So we,
potable water.
the well we had there wasn't good.
Correct.
When they discover that, like last year, or?
No, this has been slowly being pushed forward for over 3 or 4 years, I feel like.
You're saying the water was okay, it was more,
It wasn't drinkable.
Delivered, so it was the quality, not just that you
Correct.
couldn't get water.
That's right, it was both. And really dry years, and when there was a decent amount of use, the fire department would have to go over there a number of times.
So the pump and stuff's all hooked up, right? Is all that
new-
electrical work been done?
Yes,
No?
there's I thought a lot of it had been done, and it's in the little temporary, not temporary, but the little shed over there.
Across the road?
Yes, yes, yep. We had to go through, like, for instance, archaeology and the state historic preservation people. We couldn't just, open cut from where the well was to the building. Then we had to get it certified. It's taken a lot longer.
It just seems like it's taken way longer than it should to get a water test.
If I remember, the archaeological stuff took
It
a
took
long
some time. We had to map out everything at the park, and they came and dug and told us that actually where we wanted to put one of the lines was one of the only sensitive areas in the whole park. So we had to move it a little, yeah. And it was hard to get responses from certain departments
Mhm.
when COVID was in full swing. You just got messages that they were remote or just not there, so it did take a while. It lingered.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than.
But this wasn't a situation where you could ask for forgiveness, you needed their approval.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a public water supply.
Yeah,
We
I'm
couldn't just,
Just curious, cause we've been in that park for years, and the water's been used in flushing toilets and all that. Nobody ever drank it there, did they?
no,
No.
that's the point. It's the law that you're supposed to have potable water at your pump. So, you're right, that did work for a long, long time. But it worked unto a point, and then recently, the more use we got, we ran out of water. So, both things are kind of problematic.
Okay,
We have a holding tank now, though, for that reason.
yeah.
Because even after all that work, it still wasn't a really awesome producing well. But we'll get you a more,
But it hasn't been tested, so, you know, we don't know if we're gonna run into the salt, or how deep was that well, do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head right now, no, because we're talking about the other, the town hall well, but
Right.
we can get you details on that project.
It seems like it's taken a long time.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
Okay, so I had, I guess.
Okay, schedule, next meeting is Wednesday, September 7th, Monday, September 19th, both at 6:30.
I will add to the schedule that we are still paving. We put out a notice on Facebook and we sent flyers to the roads that, you really have to limit your conversations unless you want them on there, because Jen says she can hear them. It's super sensitive.
That's true.
But anyway, so the paving that was supposed to start this week, maybe, they said, like, ran into a little issue in a Chittenden County project, but they are coming back to the city, later this week and hope to start, in a perfect world, they said Friday, but like, very likely next week on Tuesday. So they're gonna start paving. It'll be a little messy. So Emily and I met with Pike Paving this afternoon and talked about some details.
How did that go?
It went fairly well. Yeah, you met with Emily as well, so.
Have they raised their price anymore since last?
They have not raised their price since you and I last talked. They were very receptive to possibly using some of the millings.
Right, we have
So
quite
they're
a
gonna
pile
get-
of it down there.
Yep, they're gonna get back to us on that, and maybe we can make a deal because, we have more than we need at this point. And,
Huge pile.
and they don't have enough for their Swanton plant, so it might benefit all concerned if we could get a better deal on the pavement and they can take some of it. I guess about 20% of new asphalt includes mills.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, we got a huge pile.
And they've been having to truck some of it from their Chittenden County plant up here. Or no, where is the plate plant from? I know where Whitcomb is, but I don't know where the plate is. Anyway, so that's a work in progress, but you'll see some paving trucks around here pretty soon.
So those roads that we looked at today are all ready.
They are.
Yeah. The culverts have been replaced. Some of them, I don't know, we're gonna have to talk about French Hill another time, for another year. I mean, that's like the worst one we have, and I was a little disappointed that some of the ones we really didn't need to tackle this year. But it's done now, so.
Right. The goal is just to stay within budget and get the roads done the way they're supposed to be done at this point.
Right.
I think they were on a 7-year plan, is it 7-year? 10-year plan?
I thought it was 10.
Pretty sure it's 10.
Yes, 10, because there's 55 million.
Yeah, I think we could definitely look at that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
We really gotta be careful where we're putting our money, that it's gonna do the most good. Some of these streets that
Mhm.
just have car traffic and
Right.
pothole here, and they really don't need to be chewed up and reset.
Yep.
Yeah, we can determine
I
that.
thought I had earlier tour around, decided on not doing a few. I think
Mhm.
Lord Road, we didn't.
Correct.
But there was a couple others that I would've held off on. It's done.
It is.
Really sure.
Start that process earlier, but it is gonna happen.
Okay, anybody have any other business? none, would anybody like to make a motion to go into executive session to discuss a contractual personnel matter for premature general public knowledge of the subject matter will place the town at a substantial disadvantage? It is further moved to enter into executive session to discuss a contractual personnel matter under the provisions of Title I, Section 313A1 of Vermont statutes, and to invite the town manager, Albans, interim director of operations, and consultant Corey Perrin.
So moved.
Second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.